Okay, guys. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. This is my normal Thursday night team Zoom, but I know it's more than just my team on here. So thank y'all for hopping on. We have so much good stuff for you guys. If you guys don't know, my best friend Allie Frazier, she's also a double diamond. She and I have we've talked a lot about this. Okay, we've been friends and we've been in this business. She just had her 4 years. My 4 years is in 2 days. And we have talked a lot about this idea of just the way that our businesses grow and change over time. And the one thing that just becomes more and more just clear to me, I think, as I do more in this business is that content counts. And I want to explain what I mean by content. And that's like anything that you're putting forward on social media is the content that you are giving to your audience. And so I want to preface this entire Zoom before I throw it over to Allie to really dig in with branding, because that's her specialty. Is we're talking about marketing, you guys. We are in network marketing. We are in social media marketing. So marketing as a whole, if you look at it, I took marketing classes at my community college, so I'm by no means an expert, but if you think about the fact that every business, every $1 million company, $1 billion company has a team of people who sit around just to figure out what content they're going to put out on social media every week. What emails are they going to send? What Instagram posts are they going to make? What Facebook ads are they going to run? Target has this, okay? Any business that you can think of has this side of it that is marketing. So if you're not taking the time every day and every week to sit and make a conscious effort to create good content, you're just doing yourself a disservice. Social media is free, you guys. It is free, and that is why it has changed the game when it comes to businesses. And it's the reason why people like Jade Hooper were able to go from distributor to top 10 in the company in 2 years. So when you're thinking about marketing, I want you guys to think about three things. I want you guys to think about your demographic, which is, who are you talking to? Who are you trying to talk to? Who are you trying to present this information to? I know a lot of different trainings over a lot of these years has been, what does your dream distributor look like? If you could pick the kind of person that you want to join your team or be a customer, and what they look like and what they wear and where they live and how many kids they have, or maybe they don't have kids, that is who your demographic is. Casper agrees with me. So you need to be presenting content for the kinds of people that you want to have in your business. So what I mean by that is low quality content, low quality people, you guys. And that's not to sound judgy, because we're going to talk about how to create quality content today. We're going to give you the tools. And that's the second thing, quality. The importance of being able to make your own quality content cannot be understated. Once again, this is not a judgment thing, you guys, but when you're screenshotting Instagram stories and you're clicking through the slides and it's going like this because you cropped it, so they can obviously tell that you did not make it, that just shows them that they either you didn't care enough about your business to go to the source and say, hey, can I borrow this Instagram story? Or you're not using the many resources that we have, the pools of Instagram stories that already exist for you if you're on this team in the Post for Loyal Customers page. My team has an iPhone, an iPhone album. We have our own post ideas page type thing. But it's really important because it's so easy. They make it so easy to create your own stories. It does not take very long. Yes, of course I borrowed stories from other people, you guys. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I haven't screenshotted and carefully cropped stories from other people, but I recognize the importance of creating genuine content. I teach this because I know it to be true, not because I'm always perfect. So the third thing, demographic quality, and the third thing is just relevance. Making sure that you're putting stuff out there that your audience cares about, that's important. That's how our company is just always ahead of the game. Like, hello with dropping the celery when you got like all the Kardashians drinking celery juice. Like, hello with the pumpkin spice right as the pumpkin spice latte comes back into Starbucks. Our company is so good at following the trends, following what is popular, following what is relevant, and we need to be doing the same thing. So I want to point you guys to a couple of different Zooms for like specific things, because we're going to kind of like broad range this Zoom. If you need help specifically with creating stories, our girl Chrissy Staggs just did a training on Tuesday. You can search it on YouTube. It's literally how to create stories on Over with Chrissy Staggs, and it's on YouTube. And then if you need help upping your photography game, taking better pictures, editing your pictures better, there is a Zoom with Caitlin Hoffman that is on Jade's YouTube, I believe. That is a really, really, really good one. If you feel like you need help with your selfies, with your like setting up your camera to like time and like take pictures, to edit your pictures, anything like that. And then if you go to my YouTube, there is like 7 different social media 101 that also goes over like how we post, when we post, why we post, like all of these things. But I didn't want this to be another posting Zoom. There's enough Zooms about posting, how to post. It's not just about posting. It's about building your brand and creating content. So I'm going to throw it over to Allie. Allie, will you just give us like a 1.5 minute synopsis of like who the heck you are?
Okay, you guys, I haven't been on a Zoom in a long time, and I almost texted Hope and was like, I don't know if I can do this because my energy level is through the roof right now. So like, okay. I need to like compose myself. So my name is Allie Frazier. I am 25. I live in South Carolina. September 5th, literally a couple days before Hope, I celebrated my 4-year anniversary with this company. And I think, I was on my time hop the other day, it popped up my first post, and I literally cringed. Like, I was like, what? Oh, like it was bad.
Can you drop a 1 in the chat if your first post was like cringy?
Yeah, please let us know we're not alone.
There's hope for you. There is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chrissy.
Yeah, no, literally. So one of my favorite things about this business, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay, when I was in college and like not going to classes and like not doing the college thing, but like in college, you know what I mean? I like told myself that I was going to be Instagram famous one day. And like, I didn't know how I was going to do it. And I didn't know why I wanted to do it. I just told myself that I love to talk, and I just wanted a platform where I could talk to like hundreds and hundreds of people. Like that was like what I wanted to do in college. And so even back then, before I started this business, I was always like adding new people and snooping on people's pages and seeing what they did to like attract people and like all those things. So I've been kind of involved, with social media and like trying to build an account up literally since I was in college. But you guys, we need to like get deep for a second. So I'm gonna need everybody to like put down your phone if you're messaging for 7 seconds while I say what I have to say. You can pick it back up. But I want you guys to know to drop a 2 in the comments. We'll do 2. Drop a 2 in the comments if you have ever thought to myself, well, I'm just like not creative enough. Well, I just like don't really have good ideas when it comes to stories and posts. Well, I don't know. There's like a lot I could talk about, but like I've got family drama and like I just don't really want to poke the bear. So, I mean, I remember that time that I couldn't buy diapers, but like these girls from high school still follow me, and like I don't know. I'm just not ready yet. Y'all, I'm gonna be real, okay? When I started this business, there was no way you couldn't have paid me $1 million to put my belly on social media. I promise you that. But I had to make a decision. I saw where social media was going, okay? And we talk about it all the time. When Jade started her business 6 years ago, social media was a lot different than it is now. She's had to grow and teach just as we've had to grow and learn. And so what I know to be 100% true is that if you're not trying to get people to pay attention to you, they're not going to pay attention to you. So for those of you that are afraid of going live, for those of you that are afraid of going, showing your face on your Instagram story, for those of you that are afraid of sharing personal things, for those of you guys that have ever sat there and said, oh, well, I'm not creative enough. Well, let me tell you something right now, okay? You may not be, or you may not feel, because you may not feel like you're creative enough for this business, but like me and Hope were talking about earlier, I wasn't a diamond until I learned how to be a diamond, until I learned how to work my business like a diamond, until I learned how to lead a team like a diamond. So it's okay if right now you're like, you hear Instagram story, make your own Instagram story, and you like freeze up and you start to be like, hopefully, you know, someone shares one in the chat, or hopefully I see someone's story that I can copy and paste because I didn't plan anything out for today and my day's gonna be great. You guys, you have to like Hope's gonna drill it home, and Hope's gonna bring out her yellow, like a little bit more peaceful side than I have. That's why we work so well together. But I'm just being straight up with you guys. Like, you have to get over it. When did we all start being such chickens? Bark, bark, bark. All right, you guys stop. Like, stop sitting there and saying like, well, I can't think of ideas. Well, I can't think of. Dude, did Hope just not tell us all the so many resources that we have at our fingertips, and not just the ones that our team provides, that Jade provides, that leaders provide, but there's this app called YouTube. There's these things called bloggers. There's endless amounts of places to get content. But guess what? You can't be too scared to start trying. You can't be too scared to do that first Facebook Live. You have to decide, and your upline's not going to do it for you. I'm not going to sit here and decide that you're brave enough. Oh, okay, Casey, here you go. You earned your gold star. You're brave enough to go Facebook Live now. Congrats. No, I want my girl on her first day to show up and be like, okay, can I do a Facebook Live when I get my box? Because she wants to try. She wants to stand out. She wants to make people pay attention to her. And I think that's something that I just really wanted to like drive home, was just that, like, I get it. I hear it all the time. And I haven't heard a lot of people speak about this, but tell me, you know, the leaders on here, those of you guys that have girls on your team, have you ever heard someone say, I don't know, I'm just not really like that creative?
I think it's more, I hear all the time, God, I'm just really shy. You were shy yesterday. Who says you have to be shy today? I'm serious. There is never a time in your life where you cannot rewrite the story. There is never a time in your life where you can't tell fear to shove it. I want you to write this down. Fear cannot kill you. Fear cannot kill you. It will not kill you to go Facebook Live, even though you're sweating and your face is all red and you're sweating and you're like, huh, and your heart's pounding. You still won't die though. You won't. And guess what? After you do it that first time, the next time will be easier. And the next time will be easier. And the next time will be easier. Chrissy dropped a great one in the chat. My life is boring. Oh, honey. You know, I sit on the couch with a newborn for the last 7 weeks. That sounds real exciting, doesn't it?
I haven't left my house since Saturday, and I've still gotten up, you know.
That's my husband.
Yeah, like, and
today.
Our inboxes are popping because me and Hope are working our branding thing, and people, you guys, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, if you saw the song I wrote about my dogs. I literally had over 30 people swipe up and like be like, ha ha ha, like, oh my gosh, I thought you wrote a real song. Like, I wrote this like funny joke song about my dogs and I put it on my Instagram story. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was recording that video of me playing guitar, telling my dogs they're crazy at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I uploaded it to my Instagram story, 2 things could have happened. 1, people could have thought it was hilarious and swiped up and loved me. 2, they could have been like, this girl is freaking weird. But guess what? They're not going to forget the freaking weird girl or the freaking funny girl. So you have to find those things. You can't just sit there and say, I have a brand for a couple days, and then you fall off. And that's kind of what Hope, I want you to talk about that pregnancy, and then I'll bounce back with my.
Yeah. So I think, so we're going to, so branding. what we mean by that is that there is certain things about you, about your life, no matter how boring your life is, that you have to offer your audience besides being an It Works distributor. Allie is a dog mom. I was a dog mom. I am a dog mom still, but now I'm a human mom also. But I'm not going to say, like, it sounds weird to say I used my pregnancy, but like I was so open and authentic about my whole journey. The fact that we had a miscarriage and he's my rainbow baby, going through everything that I went through in my pregnancy. And now he's here going through mom life, sharing about mom life. It has brought me so many moms, you guys. It has brought me so many moms who, they're not just in my inbox about It Works. They're asking me questions about the products I'm using to increase my breast milk supply. They're asking me, hey, is Casper's almost 7 weeks. Like, is he sleeping through the night yet? Building these relationships where they don't think of me as that It Works girl on their timeline. They think of me as Hope, that girl with the cute baby on their timeline. So I'm not saying Casper is my only thing. I also try to dig in with mental health. I'm a wife. We're going to be moving soon. I think it's just important to just share your whole life. So like Allie has a lot of dogs. There's a lot of paws in her house.
Yeah.
And
Hope was talking about this today, just to quickly interrupt. She was like, I bet you get a ton of messages for people asking about advice about their dogs. And I was like, yeah, like literally 5 times a week.
Yeah.
Maybe. Half of them are Chrissy, but for the most part, it's people.
I was gonna say, and the fourth one and the fifth one is me calling, going, Biggie hasn't eaten today, Allie. What do I do?
But it's because they know, like, you guys know me as a dog girl, like, and it's simple. I mean, it's not a big extravagant thing.
Consistency equals engagement. If I would have only posted about mom life, pregnancy life, whatever, for like 3 days and then stopped, my followers would not be continually expecting me to put out that kind of content. So then they're not going to keep engaging with me. So it's really important to find these branding things that they're genuine. They're really things that are really about you. Don't just pick something. Don't just like decide today that you're going to like knit or something. And that's like what you're going to post about. If you knit and that's your thing and you're already doing it, that's amazing and you should teach me, and I think that's dope. But don't like try to pick up a hobby just to have something to brand yourself. You have interesting things about yourself. I promise that you do. You don't think they're interesting. You think that they're boring. You're like, Hope, nobody wants to hear about that. You think anyone wants to hear about breastfeeding? I didn't think anyone wanted to hear about breastfeeding, but I've got like all these things, like all these people in my inbox, like, what did you try? Is it getting easier? How was getting his tongue tie clipped? Like all of these things, because it is interesting to them because I've been consistent. Okay. And then, finding something that's genuine and authentic. And then this is the last bit that we're going to talk about when it comes to branding. And then Allie literally has an entire Zoom on how specifically to brand yourself on YouTube. But I want Allie to, and this is vulnerable for her, y'all, so make sure you give her lots of love. I want her to talk about being available even when you're not killing it in your business. Because I think this is a huge part of creating content and building your brand, is this idea of you don't get to decide when you're on for your business and off for your business. So even when you are feeling off for your business, how you continue to move forward with that not even just consistency, just availability is super, super important. Because my girl went through some serious stuff earlier this year. So what you?
Yeah. So long story short, I've been diagnosed with a bunch of things, but I was, how do I summon? There was a tornado that came through. I had a panic attack, and then I was having panic attacks every day, and it was freaking scary because I thought I was dying, but I really wasn't, but I thought I was, and I couldn't be alone in the house. Then I had to go to a mental hospital only for a day where they fixed my medicine, and then I had to get back in the groove of this medicine. So long story short, in May, I can be honest with you guys and tell you that I probably did not send a message unless it was like someone that voted on my poll that I threw up. I did not ask anyone to do a post for me. I did not. But you want to know something? Even though I wasn't working my business, I was still posting. every single day. And although I was not posting as I usually was, like it works like 10 times a day. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't posting like I usually was, and people could tell something was off with me. But because of the branding that I've done, because of the love that I've showed my followers, because of the content that I give them to laugh at, you know, to screenshot and send to a friend, to feel good about in the morning, because I did that, the amount of love that I got back and the amount of messages that were in my inbox of people that were seriously not only like praying for me, but like telling me that I could text them anytime, it was seriously insane. And to me, it opened up my eyes and made me realize, whoa, people are paying attention to everything that I do. They're paying attention to all my posts. They're paying attention to all my stories. Just because they're not liking something, or just because they're not answering a message, or hey, maybe they're being mean to you in a message, doesn't mean that they're not watching you guys. And that, I can be honest with you guys, that saved my butt. It saved my butt. Because I was going through a really hard time where I didn't even have the mental capacity to have conversations with my best friends. Like I was telling Hope, like, listen, I can't talk on the phone right now. Like I can't talk. I just can't. And she understood, and the people that love me understood. But because I kept posting, because I shared a video of me bawling my eyes out, having a panic attack on my Instagram story, no matter how vulnerable that is or how many people may have laughed and been like, who is this crazy chick? You guys have to understand, you're going to find way more supporters than you are haters. But I will say this again and again and again, and I'm going to drill it home one more time for you guys. You cannot get on social media and take, buy this, join me, buy this, post this, put this up for me, want a free giveaway, post me. You can't. Social media is meant to be social. It's meant to be give and take. It's not, you know, like when you're scrolling down your timeline and you see a funny meme and you like it because one of your friends, they put out content just by sharing that, you know? And so it's like, to me, I feel like a lot of people get stuck, especially like in the beginning, middle period. Like usually around like your 6 to 8 months, I feel like it happens where you're just like, okay, what now? Like, okay, like what else do I post about? And that's exactly when in my business, I was like, okay, I need to figure it out. And I need to take things that are important to me, and I need to be a voice, and I need to stand out. And I think that, you know, I don't know. I feel like a lot of us maybe were bullied in high school. Hope made an excellent point earlier when we were talking about people being shy. And Hope was like, no, you're not shy. You've just been told to sit down and shut up your whole life. Right? Like,
I know so many introverted people who, when I get, like, if you were just sitting in my living room, you would not be introverted. We would be laughing, we would be cracking jokes, you would be like bubbly, but you like, I'm just like, there are people who have more introverted tendencies. Like, don't get me wrong, like there's people who don't, like, it's not their most favorite thing, but every single person is capable of recording a story with their face and putting it on their Instagram story, regardless of how like shy you are. And if me and Ali are any example, regardless of any kind of anxiety or mental illness you might be dealing with. So I saw a few things in the chat where people were like, I just don't know what kind of content to put out. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Afraid of saying or doing the wrong thing. You can't say or do, that's like, you can't actually say or do the wrong thing. Because either, like Ali said, they're either going to think you're weird and they're like, I don't know what this jig is doing. Or they're going to laugh at you, which, this is probably the most red thing I'm going to say this entire Zoom. If you're doing it works, they're already laughing at you. But they're certainly still not paying your bills either. So would you rather be making jokes so that you can laugh with them because you're making jokes? Or do you just want to like sit around and be like, oh, I just don't want them to laugh at me? They're already laughing. You got to get over it. You got to get over it. Okay. So the kinds of content that you guys want to be putting out every single day, stories. Stories have changed the game in this business. I cannot even remember a time before we had Instagram stories. I don't like to remember a time before we had Instagram stories and Facebook stories and Snapchat stories. These are all places where you can basically upload a endless stream of content for your people. Some of the like best Instagram stories that I love to watch, like from like other people, is if you ever get anything new, anything new, a new shirt, a new pair of shoes, some It Works products in the mail, some other kind of Amazon products in the mail, if your kids get new stuff, doing like unboxing, or like, hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here real quick and show you this new pair of shoes that I got. Like, that's fun and exciting, and people like to see the stuff that you're getting. The other kinds of stories that I love are like the funny ones, like Allie did, where you're like doing something funny or singing a song. The ones where you like, Matt is in the background, I can tell you're about to say some just funny crap, and he's like like, hey Matt. Those are my favorite. They're so funny because I do the same thing to Tyler. I just forget to record it, and I need to remember to record it because people would think that we're super funny. And then obviously stories is also an amazing place to put your before and after pictures, put your just got paid, don't show the amount, or if you do, make sure you have the income disclosure on your bonuses, don't show your commissions. Fine print there. But showing that you're getting paid, sharing other people's success stories, taking pictures of your kids, taking pictures of your dogs, taking pictures of your dinner, anything from the Instagram app that you can use to put on your stories is going to boost your interaction. Morgan Martin did a whole Zoom on this. I think it's on her YouTube. So stories are like just one kind of content that you can create, and there's like a million Zooms about creating stories. The other kinds of content that you want to create is like good quality posts on Instagram, which you can also post on Facebook, but I think it's the quality part that's even more important on Instagram. And, you know, if anyone's been around for a minute, you know, we used to do the 3-3 rule where your girl was literally posting 12 times a day on Instagram. I recommend posting once a day, or once every other day, or once every 3 days, like as long as it's a good quality picture, put a filter on it. As long as it's a good caption that you wrote from your heart, or it's like an inspirational quote. It can be long, it can be short, like it doesn't matter. Just make sure, like, don't just post to post. We used to just post because we thought we should be posting. Post because you have something to say, you have something to share, and you have some genuine content to put out. And then the last kind of content creation that you can make is, and I want Allie to talk about this specifically because hers are always really good, is the interactive content where you're asking people a question, or yeah, go for it, Allie. Talk.
Go.
About interactive content.
So 2 things I know about people, because I'm one of them. 1, everybody's nosy. I don't care if someone's like, oh, I don't care what other people are doing. Yeah, okay, I'm sure. 2, people love to talk about themselves. Hi, I'm Allie. So with those 2 things being said, if you can make a post that makes someone talk about themselves and see what other people have to say about themselves, or about the food they would give up if they had to, or about their last meal on earth, or about, there's so many interactive ideas on Pinterest, on literally, you can just Google like, would you rather questions. Like I said, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys see I'll do the food ones where I'll say, like, if you had to eat with like a certain food, which would it be? And it'd be like spaghetti or a hamburger, things like that. You guys, when I do those food stories, I literally get over like 150 votes on them. Granted, I have more followers, but I'm saying, like, I don't ever get 150 votes on anything. So like, it shows me that people want to do that, and it shows me that people like when you switch it up. And I don't want to, like, I'm not throwing shade. I'm being 100% real and honest with you guys. I feel like if you don't break up your business stuff, like, you understand, people literally, like, you can see it if you make a creator account, whatever, you can swipe over and see how many people have exited your story on that slide. And sure enough, there was always more when I would do, like, the bigger stories. And so I started being like, okay, usually like 2 or 3 slides per, like, it works is good. Like, that's where I found my happy spot. And so that's, it goes back to that, like, give. No, it's like, give it to them and let them, what is one that we did? Like, I'm ask Facebook, you know, where was the last place that, or where can I get scrunchies? Everybody's getting scrunchies right now.
I like go to like, do you want to get a million comments that people are still commenting on a week later? Just ask people what you should watch on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I just finished the last series I was working on. What should I watch on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Literally watch the comments roll in, you guys. Everyone wants to tell you what they're watching. They want to talk about what they're watching. And so if people are dropping comments and you've watched that show before, comment back. Oh my God, I watched that show. I loved it. I watched that show. Wasn't my fave. And get it really going. You'll literally get like 200 comments. It's
one
crazy.
of mine and one of mine that like popped off was what Subway sub are you most loyal to? I literally had like 150 comments of people telling me what they order at
So
Subway.
funny. Like you can just anything where you can ask somebody, hey, tell me something about you.
Mm-hmm.
I just picked one today. I literally took it from Kirsten. It's just a picture and it says one has to go, and it's Amazon, Target, Chick-fil-A, and Starbucks. And it's got like 87 comments on it right now because people are like, want to tell me about like what one they would rather see go. So interactive posts both on Instagram and Facebook are super, super important. And then I guess I didn't even add lives to our.
Well, I just want to add one thing because I know like when I was, you know, a Ruby or an Emerald, like I was still like making kind of not big paychecks, right? And so like my paychecks were going to like my bills. Like I didn't really have money left over. I just had like enough money to pay my stuff. And I would literally, you guys, like their stores like Dollar Tree, like Five Below, like you can find really stuff if you have an Amazon Prime account, which I'm sure pretty much every one of us does. You can find things. You don't have to go and drop hundreds of dollars on new outfits at Target or new outfits at, you know, wherever. You can go into the Dollar Tree, spend $5, get like 5 funny things, or get like 5 dog toys and like hide them around your house and have your dog find them. I literally just came up with that on the spot because it's like once you get into this mode, you guys, and you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone and you're willing to try things, even if like nobody responds back or people think you're weird. Once you get into this mode, you're just like, I'm doing my own thing. I'm good. I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I know what, you know, my followers think of me, the ones that support me and the ones that love me. And that's where you find that confidence. And then I feel like content's not a problem anymore because you're so confident that you're just like, dang, that story's looking good. Anyone else like?
Did you see what Chrissy just said? She said, go to Target, try on a bunch of different outfits. Which one should I get? And then don't buy anything. LOL.
Well, I know what I'm doing Saturday afternoon.
Chrissy, adore you. Why didn't we have Chrissy as a guest on the Zoom also?
My mind's blown. Chrissy's challenge is literally viral.
That was awesome. It's so true though, you guys. You have to like this, going back to what Allie said when I first flipped it over to her. So many of you guys are holding yourselves back from doing these fun, funny, outside the box, which is better, this or that. What should I do, guys? This or that, because you don't feel, number one, you don't feel like you're creative enough. And number two, you're just acting like you're not brave enough. And it's so sad to me because every single one of you can get the interaction and the engagement and the relationship building just from your posting that you are craving in your business, but you're literally letting fear, who is a fat liar and can't kill you, stop you from going in the Target dressing room, trying on 17 outfits and then not buying anything because you're gonna, because you, that's weird, I feel bad, I never take pictures in a mirror. Says who? You say who. You say who you are, you guys. You get to pick who you are in this business. You get to pick who you are in your life. So who do you want to be? And then share that person on social media because the world wants to see it too. We didn't even talk about lives. I didn't even put it on our list, which is so bizarre because we both go Facebook Live. We had a question in the chat that said, how do you connect the marketing to the products? I pretty much, unless I am like sipping my skinny coffee, blah, 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 like a picture of me with the coffee mug. Otherwise, mute everybody. I muted you, Al. You'll have to unmute yourself when you talk. Unless I'm like physically like using my product, I'm either going live and like making my coffee or making my reds or putting on a wrap, or it's in my stories. And like I said, there's a few Zooms where specifically is about creating stories, like the one with Chrissy. Morgan Martin has one. There's a bunch of them that you can do. But going live, I know so many people who are so scared of going live. And I just feel like if you are not going live about something at least like a couple times a week, like you are missing one of social media's finest tools for both like vulnerability and authenticity, but also like interaction, getting people to interact on it.
Well, like if you kind of like take it into, you guys know how I love my analogies, but like if you were in Los Angeles visiting Hollywood and you got the chance to sit in on a Wheel of Fortune game, right? And you have the chance to win $1 million, and they call your name and they're like, come down to the stage. Are you going to tell them, no, sorry, I'm afraid of being on camera? With $1 million on the line? Because I'm pretty sure there's $1 million on the line for all of our businesses right now. So I don't think that going live, you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna, okay, I'm gonna end. I have two things that I want to say, and then I'm gonna let Hope take us out. But as we were doing this, you guys, these popped into my head, and I remember the first conference that I went to. I stayed with my team, who I had literally never met any of them in person, and I stayed with them. And I remember literally after the first night, we had a few glasses of wine. I remember sitting in the backyard of this Airbnb, and I just looked at them, and I'm like, you guys are all so much cooler in person. Why? Because in person, they're their true selves. That's who I want to laugh with. That's who I want to have a glass of wine with. That's who I want to sit out on the backyard with. That's who I want to buy products with. That's who I want to talk to about building $1 million business with. That's the person that I'm going to turn to. And so you guys, when you kind of get into the shell and kind of just blend in with the rest of the It Works distributors, you kind of get lost. And so when I started this business, I remember this moment. It was like 2 weeks into my business. Some girl back home started running her mouth. And I remember sitting there and being like, I will not quit and prove these people right. And for a long time, you guys, my fire was fueled simply by the fact that I was not going to let the people that didn't believe in me, that didn't support me, that thought I was crazy, that thought I was that weird girl. I was like, you know what? I already signed up, so I'm just going to go all in. And I'm just going to be me. And I'm going to do funny things on social media. And I'm going to attract people to me. And I'm going to attract people that want to hang out with me, that vibe with me. I feel like that's a huge thing too, you guys. You want to attract people onto your team that you can sit and get through a whole conversation with without wanting to pull your hair out. And I think that that's, people see that side of you when you're showing your face, when you're doing silly things, when you're saying about, the natural deodorant you bought at Target and how great it is. When they hear your voice and they see your face and they see how genuine they are, they feel like they know you. And that's what this comes down to. They don't know you through copy and pasted stories that aren't even fitting on your screen right. They don't know you that way. So if you want these people to pay attention, you want these people to watch your stories, right? Me and Hope get it all the time. Oh my gosh, I watch your stories every single day. We keep them coming back because we're giving them reasons to come back to us. And that's what you guys need to decide to be brave enough to do.
And this is just one piece of building this business. So when Allie just said, if you want people to watch your stories, if you want people to respond to your messages, if you're going out there and you're sending messages and messages and messages and nobody's responding back, it's probably because they have no freaking clue who you are. And when they go to they get a message from you and they go to your Instagram story and all they see is like product, and nothing with your face in it for 27 slides, they're like, I don't know you. This is weird. What is this even? But if they get a message from me and then the next thing they see is they click on my Instagram story and I'm like holding my baby and I'm like, hey guys, we've had a really busy day today, but I wanted to hop on here real quick because we've got a deal on this weight loss package. They're going to be like, oh, okay. Like, yes, like I know, like she's a real person. And I will say, you guys, like I had a weird situation with a distributor who like joined and then quit like really quickly. But she said to me, like, I think you're amazing. I think you're a super genuine person and a great mother and you're so good at what you do. this just isn't for me. And at the end of the day, like, I'll take it. I will take people believing that I'm a real, genuine, authentic person. So here's a few things that I do. I wanna close this out with. I literally wrote a Sarah Bareilles quote on my freaking notes page. I wanna see you be brave. I want you to play that song and get yourself so hyped before your Facebook Live tomorrow, because you're gonna go out there and you're gonna show people who you really are. And that's when you're gonna start building these relationships and getting the results that you really want to see, like, in your business. And so you have to do it. You got to do it. And tag me and Allie when you do it. Don't stop making excuses. Stop saying you're too shy. Stop saying you're not creative enough. Stop saying you're too boring. It's not true. Those are just things that you've told yourself or that you've been telling yourself your whole life. And they don't have to be true. They're only true if you keep believing that they're true. Be genuine and be vulnerable, you guys. That comes when you're writing live posts. That comes when you're doing your stories. That comes when you're going live. Okay, I want a little prep. Do you pause?
Were you gonna say what I was gonna ask you to say? Okay, go ahead.
Wait, maybe I'm not. I think this is one of my points I wanted to make.
Yeah.
And then I'll flip it back to you. Be vulnerable, but don't lay out all of your, like, I've seen a few posts recently, and I've obviously, like, I'm not trying to point fingers, but I've seen a few different posts recently, like, from people in the business who are, like, on their post on Facebook, they're like, I haven't been super consistent with my business lately. Oh no. I have not been super consistent with my business lately, but you would never know it. If you go to my page, you're like, Hope, inconsistent, never, because that's how I post and that's how I talk about. I am vulnerable. I talk about being tired as shit being a new mom. I talk about my boobs leaking in the car on the way to my parents' house. I talk about, like, dealing with my anxiety and going to counseling. I talk, but I'm not good, but don't share your business struggles. Your business struggles have a different place. Okay. So, I just wanted to, like, preface that. I want you to be genuine. I want you to be vulnerable, but leave your, like, business struggles, that doesn't need to be in a Facebook post or a Facebook Live, except for if you're going live and you're talking about the fears that you had before you started your business. After you hit join, the whole game changes when it comes to talking about your business, right? So,
well, and you made a good point to add on to that was you were talking about how, like, there's still a lot of things, you guys, that you don't know about me and Hope because we haven't shared, like, I mean, there are some things that, you know what I mean? Like, we don't share on social media because we're not ready to yet. And even Jade has some things that she's literally said, I'm not ready to share these things on social media yet. So we understand if there are things that, are serious or, things that are not for social media, not for you right now.
That's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Hear me say, be vulnerable, be genuine, share your story, share your struggles. I don't mean, like, you need to talk about every inch of the darkest moment of your life. Like, I'm just asking you guys, I guess authentic is a better word than vulnerable. I don't necessarily need you to be, like, vulnerable. I just need you to be authentic. And that means you're being yourself. You're doing what's true for you. You're talking about things that are important to you. I literally want to end with, like, this one line, Allie. So is there anything else you want to add?
I want everyone to think about tonight when they get off this. If you had an Instagram without a single follower, what would you post? If you didn't have any followers, you didn't have anyone liking, literally 0 followers, but you were told you had to post every day, what would you post if no one was seeing it? If you weren't afraid of being judged. You weren't afraid of being told to shut up and sit down. You weren't afraid of what your parents might think or your boyfriend may think. If you were posting on social media for you, the things that make you feel good, and then adding in things that make other people feel good, that also make you feel good, that's branding right there. So Hope, take it away. You guys, I love you all.
Thank you so much for getting on this with me, Allie. I'm going to leave you guys with 2 things. And one of the things is the thing that Allie and I talked about earlier. If you're not going to do this, if you're going to take everything we just said tonight and say, I'm not doing that, I'm not going to build my business this way, you better head to Target tomorrow and blitz about 27 people. Because if you're not going to use social media in a way that is outgoing, authentic, putting yourself out there, the only other way that you're going to grow this business is going out and doing face-to-face. And I don't know about you, but I would rather do a Facebook Live from the couch than hand one person a Blitz card. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with blitzing, because they're not. And if you blitz, then like you are my hero. But like, pick your hard. Pick your hard. You want to record yourself with a Snapchat filter, making your skinny coffee, or you want to go talk to somebody in line at the grocery store? Because I'm going to use Snapchat and I'll be over here. You need me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is the last line. And I really want you guys to like Allie said, like, just really think about this and really just understand that I know that you have been told for many, many, many years that you are a certain kind of person. From your family, from your friends, from your parents, through, you know, whoever. But you get to decide who you are. And you get to decide how successful you are in this business. So this is what I need you guys to know. You need to believe that you are the kind of person who can be creative, genuine, and successful in this business. I'm going to say that one more time because I literally need you guys to like say it to yourself. I believe that I am the kind of person who can be creative, genuine, authentic, outgoing, and successful in this business. Because if you don't believe that, then everything we just taught you literally goes to waste. So that's all that I have for you guys today. And I believe that every single person on here is capable of being creative and outgoing and successful in this business. And that's why we do this. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. My baby's in the back room saying, this man does not have boobs. Help, please. So I'm going to hop off, but I love you guys. I'll get this recording off as soon as possible. Mwah. Thank you for everything. Talk to you guys soon.